There are only two types of people in this world: those who wait for motivation and those who create it. The truth? You will never feel ready. You will never feel perfect. And if you keep waiting for the right moment, your dreams will quietly expire while you're making excuses. Right now, someone with less talent than you is winning because they decided to act. Let me be clear. Forcing yourself to work is not about pain. It's about power. It's about taking control of your mind instead of letting your emotions control you. Your feelings will lie to you. They'll tell you rest today, start tomorrow, you deserve a break. But discipline? Discipline tells you the truth. Do it now or regret it later. Your dream life is not far away. It's hidden behind your daily habits. Every hour you waste is a vote against your future. Every small action you take is a step toward becoming unstoppable. You don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You need a decision. A decision that no matter how you feel, you will show up. You will work. You will push. Because winners are not special. They're just consistent when others quit. So force yourself, not because you hate your life, but because you respect your future. Because one day you'll either say, I did it, or I wish I started. The choice is being made right now by what you do next. If this message hits you, start today. No delay. No excuses. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather, and if you depend on it, your progress will always be inconsistent. One day you feel powerful, ready to conquer everything, and the next day you feel lazy, tired, and full of excuses. This is exactly why most people never reach their goals. They build their actions on feelings instead of building them on decisions. The moment you understand that success has nothing to do with how you feel, everything changes. Discipline begins where motivation ends. It is the ability to act even when your mind is trying to convince you to stop. It's waking up and doing the work when you don't feel like it. It's continuing when it gets boring. And it's pushing forward when results are not visible yet. That is where real growth happens. You have to train your mind like a muscle. At first, it will resist. It will look for comfort, distractions, and easy ways out. But every time you ignore that voice and take action anyway, you become stronger. You are literally rewiring your brain to follow commands instead of emotions. Think about it. Every successful person you admire didn't get there because they felt motivated every day. They got there because they built habits that didn't depend on their mood. They showed up on bad days, on stressful days, on days when quitting felt easier. That consistency is what separates average from extraordinary. Start small, but stay strict. Don't tell yourself you will work for 10 hours if you can't even focus for 30 minutes. Instead, give yourself a simple rule. No matter what, you will start. Because starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum takes over. And once you repeat this daily, it becomes part of your identity. You stop being someone who tries and become someone who executes. That's the shift that changes everything. The moment an idea comes into your mind, there is a very small window where you are in control. Within those first few seconds, your brain hasn't yet built resistance. You feel that spark. I should start working. I should study. I should take action. But if you don't move immediately, something dangerous happens. Your mind begins to negotiate. It starts giving you comfortable alternatives. I'll do it later. Just 5 more minutes. Let me check my phone first. And just like that, the opportunity disappears. This is why acting within 5 seconds is so powerful. It cuts off the conversation before excuses are born. You have to understand that hesitation is your biggest enemy. The longer you wait, the weaker your intention becomes. Action, on the other hand, creates energy. Even a small movement, standing up, opening your laptop, picking up a book, sends a signal to your brain that you are serious. It shifts you from thinking mode to execution mode. And once you're in motion, it becomes much easier to continue. This is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about breaking the pattern of delay. Most people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they delay action again and again until it becomes a habit. The 5-second approach forces you to interrupt that pattern. It teaches your brain that when a task appears, you respond immediately instead of escaping. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your mind will try to pull you back into old habits. But if you stay consistent, something powerful happens. You begin to trust yourself. You stop overthinking and start executing. Your confidence grows, not from thinking about success, but from taking action repeatedly. Over time, this simple rule transforms the way you operate. You become faster, sharper, and more decisive. And that speed of action gives you an advantage most people never develop. Most people fail because they are obsessed with big results but ignore small actions. They want instant success, instant recognition, and instant change. But the truth is, big success is nothing more than small wins repeated daily. It's not one massive effort that changes your life. It's the tiny, consistent actions that slowly build momentum. The problem is, small wins don't feel exciting. They don't give immediate rewards. And because of that, people underestimate their power. When you focus on winning the day instead of winning your entire future, everything becomes more manageable. You don't need to figure out the next 5 years. You just need to complete today's tasks. Finish that one assignment. Complete that one workout. Spend that one focused hour working on your goal. These actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they compound into something massive. Just like a small drop of water, falling consistently, can carve through stone, your daily efforts shape your future. Another important thing to understand is that small wins build confidence. Every time you complete a task, your mind registers it as proof that you are capable. This creates a positive cycle. The more you achieve, even in small amounts, the more you believe in yourself. And the more you believe in yourself, the more action you take. On the other hand, when you keep setting big goals and failing to achieve them, it damages your confidence and makes you more likely to quit. Consistency in small actions also removes overwhelm. When you try to do everything at once, you burn out quickly. But when you break your goals into smaller daily tasks, the process becomes easier and more sustainable. It allows you to keep moving forward without feeling exhausted or lost. Over time, these small steps create a rhythm, and that rhythm turns into discipline. The key is to respect small progress. Don't wait for big results to feel proud. Learn to value the effort you put in every single day, because that is what truly builds success. Distraction is the silent enemy of success. It doesn't announce itself as danger. It comes in the form of comfort, quick entertainment, endless scrolling, unnecessary notifications, and small interruptions that seem harmless in the moment. But every time you allow these distractions to take your attention, you are slowly giving away your future. The truth is simple. You cannot build a powerful life with a distracted mind. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your intentions do. You might tell yourself you'll focus, but if your phone is next to you, notifications are on, and distractions are within reach, your willpower will eventually break. It's not because you're weak, it's because you're human. That's why the smartest move is not to rely on discipline alone, but to design an environment where distractions are hard to access. Put your phone away, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and create a space where your only option is to work. Every distraction has a cost. It's not just the few minutes you lose while checking your phone. It's the time your brain needs to refocus afterward. One small interruption can break your flow and reduce the quality of your work. When this happens repeatedly, your productivity drops, and tasks that should take 1 hour start taking 3. Over time, this creates frustration, stress, and a feeling that you're always behind. You also need to recognize that distractions are addictive. The more you give in to them, the harder it becomes to resist them. Your brain starts craving easy dopamine, quick pleasure instead of meaningful progress. That's why you must take control early. Set clear boundaries. Decide when you will work and when you will rest. And don't mix the two. When it's time to work, remove everything that doesn't serve your goal. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. The more you protect your attention, the stronger your concentration becomes. And when you can focus deeply, even for a short period, your output increases dramatically. You start doing in 1 hour what others struggle to do in an entire day. That is the power of eliminating distractions and taking full control of your environment. Most people avoid thinking about regret because it feels uncomfortable, but that discomfort is actually one of the most powerful sources of motivation you can use. Instead of running from it, face it directly. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, standing in the exact same place with the same excuses, the same habits, and the same unfinished goals. Picture the opportunities you let slip away, the chances you didn't take, and the potential you never used. That feeling in your chest, that heaviness, is real, and it grows stronger the longer you delay action. Regret is not just an emotion, it's a consequence. It doesn't show up immediately. It builds slowly over time through missed chances and repeated procrastination. At first, it feels small, almost invisible. But as days turn into months and months into years, it becomes something much harder to ignore. And the worst part is, regret cannot be fixed easily. Time once lost doesn't come back. That realization is what makes it so painful. When you learn to visualize this future clearly, it creates urgency. It forces you to understand that every decision you make today is shaping the life you will live tomorrow. Skipping your work, delaying your goals, choosing comfort over growth, it all adds up. And one day, it turns into a life you didn't intend to live. But here's the powerful part. That future is not fixed. You still have control, right now, in this moment. Use that imagined regret as fuel, not fear. Let it push you to act when you feel lazy. Let it remind you why you started when things get difficult. Instead of asking, do I feel like doing this? Start asking, will I regret not doing this later? That single question can change your decisions instantly. When you begin to think this way, your priorities shift. Temporary comfort loses its value, and long-term fulfillment becomes more important. You start choosing actions that your future self will thank you for. And over time, those choices create a life filled with pride instead of regret. Most people believe success comes from moments of intense effort, but that's a dangerous illusion. Intensity can give you a quick burst of progress, but it rarely lasts. You might feel highly motivated for a day or two, pushing yourself to work hard, but then you burn out, lose focus, and fall back into old habits. This cycle repeats again and again, leaving you stuck in the same place. What truly creates results is not how hard you work once, but how consistently you show up over time. Consistency is not exciting. It doesn't give you instant results or recognition. In fact, most of the time it feels boring and repetitive. You do the same tasks, follow the same routine, and see little to no immediate reward. This is the stage where most people quit because they believe nothing is happening. But what they don't realize is that change is taking place beneath the surface. Every small action is building momentum, strengthening your habits, and shaping your identity. When you commit to consistency, you remove the pressure of being perfect. You don't have to do everything at once, and you don't have to perform at your peak every single day. You just have to show up. Even on days when your energy is low, even when you're not in the mood, even when progress feels slow, you still take action. That simple act of showing up creates a powerful shift. It turns effort into a habit, and habit into a lifestyle. Over time, consistency compounds. The results may seem small at first, but they grow stronger and more visible with each passing day. What once felt difficult becomes natural. What once required effort becomes automatic. And this is where the real transformation happens. You no longer rely on motivation or willpower, because your actions are driven by routine. The people who achieve great things are not always the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to stop. They kept going when it was boring, when it was slow, and when no one was watching. That relentless consistency is what separates those who dream from those who actually achieve. Conclusion of the entire speech. In the end, everything comes down to one simple truth. Your life will be defined not by what you dream, but by what you do consistently. You now understand that motivation is unreliable, that action must be immediate, that small wins build greatness, that distractions destroy focus, that regret is real, and that consistency is the ultimate power. These are not just ideas, they are choices you must make every single day. There will be days when you feel tired, when your mind tells you to stop, when progress feels invisible. But those are the moments that matter the most. Because every time you push through, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are shaping a stronger version of yourself. A version that doesn't wait, doesn't hesitate, and doesn't quit. Your dreams are not far away. They are built step by step, decision by decision, action by action. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not time. It's effort applied daily. And once you commit to that, nothing can hold you back. So don't wait for a perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation. Start now with whatever you have right where you are. Because one day you will look back at this moment, and it will either be the reason you succeeded or the reason you didn't. Time is the only resource you have that never stops moving, never pauses, and never comes back. Every second that passes is either being invested into your future or quietly taken away from it. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they underestimate time. They think they have plenty of it. They believe they can start tomorrow, improve later, and chase their dreams someday. But someday is the most dangerous lie you can ever tell yourself, because it keeps you comfortable while your potential slowly fades. If you truly want to force yourself to work and achieve your dreams in a short time, you must develop a deep respect for time. You have to start seeing every hour as an opportunity, not something to be wasted. Think about it. What you do for just 1 hour every day can completely change your life over the course of a year. 1 hour of focused work, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of building your skill. That may not feel like much today, but repeated daily, it becomes unstoppable progress. The problem is not that people don't have time. The problem is that they don't control it. They let distractions, habits, and other people decide how their day will go. Hours disappear into scrolling, overthinking, and unnecessary activities. And at the end of the day, they feel busy, but not productive. That's the trap. You can be busy all day and still move nowhere. To break this cycle, you must take ownership of your time. Start by identifying what truly matters. What is the one goal that, if achieved, would change your life? Once you are clear about that, you begin to organize your day around it. Your most important work should not be left for later. It should be the first thing you attack when your energy is highest. Because if you don't prioritize your goals, your day will get filled with things that don't matter. You also need to understand the power of focused time. Working for long hours doesn't guarantee results. What matters is how deeply you focus during those hours. Even 60 minutes of complete, undistracted work can outperform several hours of half-hearted effort. When you give your full attention to a task, your mind works faster, your ideas become clearer, and your output improves. This is how you compress time, by increasing the quality of your effort, not just the quantity. Another important shift is learning to say no. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to your dreams. You don't need to attend every event, respond to every message instantly, or be available to everyone all the time. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. The more you guard it, the more control you gain over your life. There will always be pressure, distractions, and unexpected challenges. You cannot eliminate them completely, but you can decide how you respond. Instead of reacting to everything around you, stay focused on what you plan to do. Discipline in managing your time creates freedom in your future. It allows you to move faster, achieve more, and reduce the years it takes to reach your goals. And here's the truth most people ignore. You don't need years to change your life. You need months of intense, focused effort. When you stop wasting time and start using it with purpose, progress accelerates. You begin to see results quicker than you imagined. Opportunities start appearing because you are prepared for them, and slowly, the life you once dreamed of starts becoming your reality. In the end, time will pass, no matter what you do. The only question is whether it will pass with progress or with regret. You can continue delaying, waiting, and hoping, or you can decide that from this moment forward, every hour will count. Because success is not about having more time. It's about using the time you already have in a way that others don't. So take control of your time, take control of your actions, and take control of your life. Because the future you want is not created someday, it is created by what you choose to do today.